everyone, and welcome to season 2 of the Premier Rowing League. I am Alex Del Sordo, and with me, as always, is my man, Zach Eberson. And tonight we are launching week 1. Now, there's so much that's been changed in the Premier Rowing League. We have not 10 teams, but 6. We had a draft that carried on about 3.5 weeks ago. And Zach, tonight we have 3 minutes, 1 on, 1 off, times 3. Do you feel the energy in the air? Are you ready for season 2 of the Premier Rowing League?
I'm ready for season 2, especially week 1, season 2. There's so many questions, so many unknowns, so many predictions, and it could all come crashing down tonight. All our predictions can be thrown out the window. So I am super excited for tonight.
And tonight we have Emma and Evie. Now, here's the great thing about the Premier Rowing League. They're on the same team. Okay. They're on the same rowing team. Now they row out of Dallas White Rock. They're an incredible program, but tonight they're enemies, Zach. Tonight it is Emma and Evie. Tell me about these two athletes. What are we expecting out of them tonight? And tell me what team do they row for the Premier Rowing League?
So they're both out of White Rock. And like you said, they're the same team. But tonight, they're in 2 different teams in the PRL. Enemies become friends. Friends become enemies. We've seen it happen. It's a tale as old as time. And this is very unique. We've seen it happen last year with a couple of athletes where they row in the same garage. These ladies are literally going head to head.
They're going Emma is she's on the Frozen Tundra, the winners of last year's PRL season 1. Evie is an outlaw. Now, everyone knows we've had a lot of changes this year in coaches, Outlaws, Chris Leonard. This is a big event tonight. Now, Zach, we're going to talk about a little bit more of like what to do in a 1 minute on, 1 minute off scenario, because it's not your standard rowing race, right? It is the 1 minute when you set up on the erg machine. It is the standard distance, which is wild. I don't know if you remember that, but if you set up time, it's 1 minute. That blew me away because I just did mine tonight. But we're going to get into this. So, Zach, let's set these women up here for 3 minutes, 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And then like last year, I just want you to launch them into the competition. All right. The show is yours. The floor is yours, Zach.
All right. So ladies, set it on for 1 minute on, 1 minute off. And then when you ladies are ready, just give me a hands up or a thumbs up or something like that.
Oof, here we go.
Oh, intensity. All right, so ladies, it's going to be attention row. So let's get ready at the catch. I got the handles. Attention row.
So Zach, 1 minute, anything goes, but the standard rower, right? The rower out there just assumes, let's pace myself. But how would you attack this 1 minute on, 1 minute off?
There's a lot of strategy. This was a crowd pleaser last year where we saw coaches get really cute, maybe too cute. It came back to bite some people in the butt last year. You can't really pace this. Maybe you can take one piece off, but 1 minute, you got to go.
You're absolutely right. And they're moving right now. They're probably about 20 seconds to go. Now, here's the thing. Here's a scenario. You have to win 2 of the 3 to score points for your team. You're going to get 1 point out of this. So I got to tell you, I think the strategy is go hard 1, go off 1, and then go hard again. Because that second piece, you feel like you're rowing in mud, Zach. Like you feel like you can't actually pull that chain at all. Now, we're coming to the end here. What's your early predictions, Evie or Emma?
I'm thinking if Evie is in the blue, she's at a much higher stroke rate. She looks super strong. I'd say she takes.
There it is. There it is. So now we're going to get the coach there to tell us how many meters did Evie pull. Now they are on silent. Let's make sure.
Evie, 5.
How are you? 278.
Emma, 278.
So what did Evie do?
285.
285.
There it is. Okay, not bad. Now, Zach, think about this. Last year, our first week, we had Paris Miller going 311. Do you remember this?
311. I remember. I also remember she lost.
She did.
Lost next to her.
Now we're getting into it. So now we have Evie 1, we have Emma 0 at this point. If I'm Emma, this is it. This is the barn burner. You have to give everything you have right now. You were right. She was a little bit longer in the stroke rate. Perhaps she goes to a 3/4 slide, right? Because again, this is not a standard distance for rowers, right? This is not where we shine. We tend to want to be long and strong.
Yeah.
Zach, Do you think that she can pull this one off? Do you think that she can get those extra 10 meters?
I mean, if Paris Miller can go down last year, anything can happen. I'm not counting anything out. But it's very important to go into this one fast. The first one was at a stagnant start. This one, you have to get into it fast.
Okay, so this is interesting. Evie, it looks like she's taking this one off, right? So Emma, right in front of her, is cranking right now. So Evie is reserving the tank. She's getting ready for that third piece. It's going to be 1-to-1 here, Zach.
So now if I'm Emma and I'm looking across at Evie going slow, then I'm going to take it off a little bit. I love that they're face-to-face right now, Alex.
Unfortunately, coronavirus forces us to be virtual all the time, right? I mean, that's what we are, right? But this gives us a glance into a rower's mentality, right? And I wish that hopefully in the future we could see more of this live racing. And I want to get into COVID in a little bit here as they're finishing up. We had a lot of changes, Zach, in week 1 of the PRL, a lot of changes in the negative way, right? We lost Ross Love, right? COVID. Henry Lepage, broken back. I mean, geez Louise. Paris Miller, the number 1 player, the number 1 pick, out for at least a couple of weeks into the season. Tonight's second race out because of COVID. I mean, Omicron, what are you doing to us?
Unbelievable. But for me, it's storylines. You know, everyone's looking forward to Paris. Everyone's looking forward to Ross Love, seeing what they're going to do. And hey, guess what? They're out. So
They're out.
Next man up.
So
Okay,
Evie got 196.
196 for Evie and
264 for Emma.
264 for Emma.
okay, so obvious, here we go. Obvious, it's 1-to-1. It comes down to everything. Emma's strategy, I think you're right. I think she would have, if you're watching the person in front of you slow down, you should have just taken a little bit easier.
I know she was only 14 meters slower. And it looks like they're already cranking, Alex.
Here we go. Now, I love Chris Glasgow is watching what to do, not to try. I got to tell you this right now. Chris Glasgow is an animal. That guy was nowhere near in shape to be in the PRL. He saw that he wasn't drafted first round, and now this guy is cranking the erg every single day. I love it. Super hats off to you. But now let's get into this. I'm sorry, I'm off topic here. Yeah. Emma looks like she's rowing in mud. I just told you that. It's your legs are dead on that third piece.
On paper, it looks like, oh, equal parts work, equal parts rest, no big deal. It seems like the work is a century and the rest goes by like that. So before you know it, it's time to go again.
Now, the strategy that Evie is pulling right now, very smart. Now, both of these athletes were in the head of the Charles this year. Okay, they both competed. Fantastic pedigree, right? Like they're going to be doing something great for White Rock here in the near future. But now here we come to the end. 3 by 1 on, 1 off. My gut tells me that the Outlaws are going to get this point today. Let's find out what the scores were here. Give us the meters.
All right, Evie got 280, Emma got 263.
Oh, there it is. The Outlaws score the point tonight. But listen, hats off to Emma. Super consistent, Zach. 264, 263, that third piece. And look, there's the camaraderie, the hugs, the high fives. That's what rowing's all about, Zach. That's what rowing's all about.
This is carryover from last year. The girls were always so polite. They loved it. The guys, not so much.
Now, look, huge props to Evie on that one. Winning 2 of the 3. Can we get Evie on screen here? We want to get a couple questions before we sign off here. Evie, super congratulations there on that piece. I got a question for you. So that second piece, taking it off, who gave you that strategy? Was that all in your head or does that come from a coach?
I talked to Chris right before this on the phone and we discussed many strategies and we ended up going with that one if I won the first piece.
Well, I clearly paid off. And also hats off on that super consistency. That third piece, I mean, almost spot on to what you had done on the first one. Have you at White Rock been training for these shorter distances this past month, or is it kind of all new to you?
I've done a few sprint pieces, but we have been transitioning to sprints very recently. So I plan to train more in the coming months.
I love it. Now, Zach, do you have a question for her as we close out tonight's race?
So obviously you executed the game plan perfectly. Did the splits and the meters, did they shock you? Did you go faster than you thought you would go?
Honestly, I didn't want to expect anything coming into this race. So a little bit, they did shock me a little bit. I'm glad that I can do more than I think I can.
Oh, are you getting chills, buddy? Because I'm getting chills all over, man.
Evie, I'll send the check. Yeah, we paid her to say that.
Evie, congratulations, scoring a point for the Outlaws. Thank you so much. Now, Zach, let's just look at the road ahead. Now, the Outlaws, Chris Leonard, head coach. I'm not shocked. He put together a fantastic team. Tomorrow the scores come out. Now, you and Wallen went through everything yesterday. Anything shocked tonight? Anything surprised you?
So Wallen, if I remember correctly, is taking the Big South Outlaws. They were one of my favorite teams last year. No Moonburn this year. That broke my heart. I went with the Tundra. Big South Outlaws gets the point here. I'm still sticking with the Tundra to win the matchup, but I could be eating some humble pie pretty soon.
So everyone watching here tonight, thank you so much. More week 2. We're going to be doing a lot more races. Tonight we had COVID, Omicron, probably our biggest sponsor, ruined us tonight, unfortunately. But next week, expect a lot more. Now, tune in tomorrow on PremierRowingLeague.com and Instagram on a recap of what we saw tonight and all the scores that are coming in from around the league. We're expecting big things. And like Zach said, there's only 5 weeks in the regular season. Anything can happen. Zach, any last messages to the audience here as we turn off tonight?
Nothing, just great racing and looking forward to an amazing season 2.
There you had it. Everyone tuning in, thanks again. PremierRowingLeague.com, go Rowers Choice, rowerschoice.com, and check us out on Instagram tomorrow for all the scores. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.